Thousands of miles away in Quetta, Pakistan, a community of a minority Shia Hazaras are cornered and targeted in seemingly unstoppable series of terrorist attacks. Innocent women, men and children who are trying to make ends meet, who are trying to carry on with their daily lives, are ruthlessly murdered. Are these just random acts of terrorism? Or is it a continuation of a systematic genocide of our people? And the answer is the very obvious one. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an inevitable paradox to think that several law enforcement agencies in Quetta are failing again and again and again to stop these terrorists, these forces of darkness. In the last 15 years, more than 1,500 innocent Hazaras, Shias, have been killed in series of suicide bombings, and yet no terrorists have been brought to justice. It is imperative to think about the involvement of these law enforcement agencies, yet innocent children and women die, and they do nothing. In the last 30 days, more than 200 innocent Hazaras have been killed. The ruling governor of the province says it's an intelligence failure. But I asked him, is it an intelligence failure or humanity has failed in Pakistan? Is it an intelligence failure or evil has prevailed in Pakistan? Our people are surrounded and cornered in a mere few kilometer radius. They are besieged in 2 ghettos. In a country where terrorists kill, the government lie in support of these terrorists, and its people watch and do nothing in the television. Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, who has claimed the responsibility for the majority of these atrocities, these heinous crimes against humanity, his leader, Malik Ishaq, who despite of admitting to commit these atrocities, no action has been taken against him. They have the full impunity from the government of Pakistan. Hazara Shia killing in Pakistan is not just a problem for Hazaras. It's a problem for the whole humanity. It's a problem for the whole world. If we don't deal with terrorism and terrorist organizations such as Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, they can engulf the whole world. Terrorists are not superhumans. They can be stopped. All it needs is for the Pakistani government to show some resolve and to crack down on these elements. But they never do. They lie. They save themselves in bunkers and they let innocent people die in the hands of these mass murderers. For my brothers and sisters in Quetta who can hear us, we say, do not despair. The terrorists can take away our very lives, but they cannot take away our faith. They can kill us, but our blood will speak. They can destroy our buildings, but they cannot destroy our resolve. They are cowards because they attack innocent and defenseless children. They are cowards because they fear the way of human progress. And they are cowards because they fear the love for humanity. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for people who stand up for democracy. It's time for people who stand up, who are advocates of peace, who are advocates of basic human rights in the whole world. It's time to raise our voice. I think much has been said, much is being said, and I'm sure much will be said for the very topic we are here today. But I can assure you, if only rhetoric, if only speeches and conversations were enough to bring a change, then I think I alone was enough to do everything. But I accept that nothing likewise works out. it's time for us to take concrete measures. For those in the community and outside who can help, please, I appeal. It's time to help us. For those who are listening to us, right now, thousands of innocent children, that after these suicide bombings, a generation of orphans, a generation of widows are depending on our help, be it financially, be it morally. It will be a moral and ethical and national suicide if you walk away today and did nothing. We cannot call ourselves Hazaras, we cannot call ourselves the advocates of humanity if you don't stand up against it, because all tyranny needs to gain a foothold is for people of good conscience to do nothing. And without further ado, I would like to call Ms. Freddie Rika Steen from Ramiro Center.
She's here.
To come on
Here she is.
and speak to this humanitarian crisis and express her views.
Hold your hand up, Rilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is 12 years since the Hazara people started to come to Australia on boats. They did not come for the sugar on the table. They came because there were bombs and guns and massacres and persecution of them as Hazara Shia Muslims. We know their history now. 12 years ago, no one in our government knew what a Hazara person was. The telephone and interpreter service did not know there was a language called Hazaragi. They did not know about Dari. They sent you, the first of the refugees, Iranian Farsi speakers, to be your interpreters. I have worked with the Ramiro Center since the year 2000. And at that time, it was a hard time for people on temporary protection visas. Now, it is even harder because the bridging visas since the 13th of August do not give a man who wants to support himself and his family the right to work in this democratic free country. The right to work is being denied to these people living amongst us. Many of us in the human rights movement say that the government, with its current policies, is creating a new underclass of poverty and disadvantage. It is destroying families because the majority of the people who come on the boats and who are Afghans by nationality have left their wives and their children behind. Not because they do not care for them, but because it is a dangerous journey. They know that, and they choose not to put their wives and children in danger. You know from the media that it is a costly business, a desperate journey in which there are people who will take advantage and charge big money for an escape journey that should be facilitated, that should be helped and assisted, not obstructed. I cannot believe that a Labor government, which says it believes in social justice, has lost its way as far as it has. But it has, people of Brisbane. We have created, through government policies, a most dreadful situation that denies the reasons why people seek asylum, why people become refugees. The Hazara people in Australia who came 10, 12 years ago have been good citizens. They have sacrificed everything to educate their children. And we are seeing a first crop of professional people who have taken advantage of every opportunity this country gives them. They will lead this community to a better, just solution. But I ask all of you, inform yourself. Insist that your Member of Parliament protest on behalf of the Australian Hazara community, some of whom you see here, and who have gathered in Melbourne and Sydney and Adelaide and Perth, on their behalf say, rescue our people, the wives and the children of the men already here. Fast track them, because the bombs do not stop. The massacre, the genocide of this particular group of people will not stop until the world, and Australia in that world group, does something about the Pakistan absolute neglect of the human rights of this group of people who sought refuge. When the Afghan fathers were forced across the border into Iran and into Pakistan 10, 12 years ago, their families came with them. They sought refuge. They should have been safe, but in Pakistan they are not. In Iran, they too are being pushed back across the borders into a country that is chaos and cannot protect the Hazara people. It is time for each of you who is an Australian citizen with the same vote that I had to contact your Member of Parliament and tell them what you think of this situation. Ask that the Foreign Minister make representations. Slapping Pakistan across the ankle with a wet lettuce is not enough. There is murder, mass murder happening in Quetta. Hazara people and other minority Shias are being persecuted, and the government does not protect them. As members of the United Nations Security Council, Bob Carr of the Department of Foreign Affairs must represent our views as well and do something about the protection of victims of persecution wherever they are. Congratulations to my Hazara Australian friends for being here, who have many friends throughout the community. It is time to ask them to take a stand and get political. It is an election year. Your vote counts and your voice counts. Work together, act together, and make a difference for yourselves. I wish you well, and my thoughts are with the wives and the children and the mothers and the fathers and the uncles and the aunties in Quetta who are grieving for the loss of life. Please stop the genocide. Do what you can. Do not be silent. This is political. Thank you very much indeed.
I would like to chant, stop, stop killing Hazaras. Stop, stop.
Stop killing Hazara.
Stop, stop. Stop, stop.
Killing Hazara.
Stop, stop.
Killing Hazara.
Stop, stop.
Killing Hazara.
Say peace, yes. Terrorism, no. Peace,
Yes.
peace,
Yes.
peace.
Yes.
Terrorism,
No.
terrorism,
No.
terrorism.
No.
Peace,
Yes.
peace.
Yes.
Terrorism,
No.
terrorism.
No.